The Crit Show contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
You know what I really love?
There's so many answers to that question.
You know what I really love that I'm thinking about right now?
What?
Thanks, Tass.
Thanks, Tass. That advances the story.
Yeah.
I love when people can just, like, disregard all of the, like, societal expectations of, like, what is proper and just do what makes them happy.
Yeah.
For example, we were trying to figure out what to do for dinner last night. We were at Costco. And I said, why don't we just get a chicken? And Jake said, oh, like a rotisserie chicken? I said, yeah, we could just eat it. And he goes, like, eat it with what? And I was like, we could just eat it. And so he was like, yeah, all right. So we bought a chicken. And I was just like, all right, gonna eat off this chicken. And then on the drive home, we remembered that TJ was coming over to spend the night at our house. So there was like oh no, do we have to figure out a proper dinner? Is he going to pick something up? We didn't know.
Yeah, and like he messaged on the way and he was like, all right, I'll be there and whatever. Do you need me to bring you guys any food? And I was like, oh no, we're good. And I was like, well, perfect. He's going to get himself some food and that sorts that. And then we'll just eat this chicken like animals. And then he gets there. And after a while, he's talking about how hungry he is. And I'm like, did you get food? He's like, no. I had some bizarre combination.
He was like, I had like a double tiered chocolate like cake treat thing from a gas station.
And like a sweet tea or something.
Jesus. Jake's like, and that was dinner? He goes, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I guess. I was like, well, we bought a whole Costco chicken that we're just going to eat off the bones with our hands. Do you want in on that? And he's like, yeah, I do.
I was like, oh, all right. And I was like, okay, well, here's some forks and like some paper plates in case anybody decides that they want it. And there was like the kind of the start of like, yeah, I'll use this fork and just, no, okay, this fork's getting in the way. And then just ripping off pieces of this chicken. It was great.
And then smash cut to cracking the bone for the marrow.
Famished, hadn't eaten in months.
But it was, I said, this is one of the most nutritious and efficient meals we've had in ages.
It was just that classic, like, broke college savagery. Like, no utensils, no pageantry to the meal.
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch at the coffee table, 3 people.
Watching superhero TV shows.
I think what makes it even more beautiful is that you have all the stuff. Like, you've got plates and utensils, and you're like, no,
I
not
mean,
tonight.
We even have sides. Like, this could have been a meal. Could have prepared a vegetable.
Yeah, Jake was like, I feel like I need to eat something else. Not because I'm hungry, but because
like
this feels like this. Yeah, this shouldn't be considered a meal.
Well, look, speaking of carnivores.
All right, I'm going to need somebody to start growling. Okay, I'm gonna need
Not
somebody
purring.
to add in.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the purring's fine. No, purring's good. Growling, just a couple of those. Keep those going. I need somebody else to start mumbling some magic words. I need somebody to make the sound of a fireball spell going off. Welcome to Dinos and Magic. You are. Oh, you can stop now. It's fine. It's fine. You are playing a Primordisaur. Or a cat, I think. I don't know. You are a dino that has been chosen by the goddess Jurasa to possess magical gifts with which you will defend the vast forest kingdom of Primordia. It is up to you to keep the peace, maintain the woodlands, and protect the borders from all interlopers. Are you ready for action?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jurasa, take the wheel.
You can find this one page along with its 2 predecessors, Dinos and Lasers and Dinos and Wastelands, at tassallgood.itch.io.
Canonically, which order do these go in the greater Jurasasaur story?
The Primordia saga.
The Primordia saga.
They are all happening at the same time.
Fuck off.
That can't be true because we've played them at different times. You imbecile.
I'm gonna layer them all.
Into one horrible
One
master
horrible-
The next game that we play, we have to play every single character that we've already played all together.
And there are going to be 2 more of these coming out soon, and they are a vast world with different pockets of a vast continent that have progressed very differently based on the events of those corners of the world and the dinosaurs' progression.
Can we guess what the other ones are?
Absolutely.
I didn't have any. I just thought it would be fun.
One of them I technically haven't named yet officially, but I know the sort of the biome, the world, the shtick.
Is it underwater? Is it Plesiosaurus?
It is not, but it's funny you say that. I have, for a very specific reason, chosen dinosaurs that would not fit that biome very well as kind of a joke.
Oh.
And it has
So
to do with
so it's
most of them are aquatic sort of dinos.
I'm gonna say dinos and day jobs, and it's like your
Office work?
yeah, it is the office work one.
No, that is incorrect.
So, like dinos and galleons or something? Is it like a pirate version?
No, but I that's on deck, I think. That I do want to do later, but I haven't started that.
We chimed in like the Muppets there. We all went straight to the mic, and then leaned away.
No, the as of yet
And
named
then
one.
collapsed as the hands came out of you.
No, the as of yet unnamed one is in the West, in the desert, in the Wild West, and it's
Yes.
stuff like the Baryonyx and the Spinosaur and stuff like that. That's very good in water. But I'm workshopping. I have a few different name ideas for that. And the one that will be coming out next in hopefully a few weeks, maybe a month or so, Dinos and Deities. And it is based on Norse mythology.
Christianity.
And
We did it again.
we did it again.
Full circle.
It is based on Norse mythology and focuses on the sort of Ice Age creatures like Gigantopithecus and saber-toothed tiger, etc.
Nice.
But that ain't what we're doing today.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're doing Dinos and Magic. You are Primordisaurs. For this game, you will need 1d6 and 2d8. We have gone ahead and rolled the characters just before we started, so you'll use your d6. This first one is for which Primordisaur are you? There are 5 dinosaurs you might be, or you could roll 6, and then you get to choose which one if you've rolled a 6. Rev, what did you get?
I am a Brachio. Brachios are storytellers and lore masters. Once per game, you can remember the wisdom of old tales to gain a critical clue about the current situation.
Outstanding. Jake?
I am a Parasaur. Your cranial crest conducts sound like no other. Once per scene, you can take a moment to listen carefully to pinpoint the exact direction of the closest danger.
Outstanding. Megan?
I'm a Stega. Your spinal plating is strong. Once per game, if a teammate is about to be obliterated by a comet for rolling lower than their extinction, you can choose to take 2 extinction to save them by deflecting with your plates.
Okay.
Wow.
And Kim?
I'm a raptor. If you haven't been spotted by an enemy, you are able to get the drop on them. Your first attack against them is a surprise, giving you a +2 to your roll.
Nice.
Lovely.
I'm so
then
tiny.
The next up is what is your Maw, your magical artifact weapon? Rev?
Chain whip.
Amazing. Let's go down the line on this, at least to the next one, which is what rare component on your Maw gives it special powers?
Man, you know my chain whip is filled with the trapped souls of the damned.
Nice.
I have a magic staff with a gem containing Jurassi's holy light.
Oh, lovely. Megan?
I got keen daggers, and the rare component is a dragon's poisonous scales.
Ooh. And Kim?
I have a massive sword that contains a legendary druid's skull or bones, but I say, why not both?
I have to fully agree with you on this. And then last but not least, you roll to find out what enchanted armor that you have looted during your travels. Rev?
Bracers of disguise.
Ooh. Jake?
Helm of invisibility.
Nice. Megan?
Breastplate of incredible strength.
And Kim?
I have a ring of charm.
Lovely. You also get 3 stats to choose from. Appeal, how you relate to others, talk smoothly and flash those pretty scales. Dino, access your dino side for primal, physical, or instinctual action. And magic, make use of your arcane gifts to affect reality. Rev, what'd you go with?
0 appeal, 1 dino, 2 magic.
Jake?
1 appeal, 0 dino, 2 magic.
Megan?
0 appeal, 2 dino, 1 magic.
And Kim?
2 appeal, 1 dino, 0 magic.
Very good. And then, of course, my favorite part, what are your names?
Yeah, so as the storyteller and the lore master, my name is Thesaurus.
Boo.
Yeah.
Love it.
Having a bit of a cleric-y vibe here, I went with Paradoc.
I love it.
I'm sad because I wanted to roll a Ring of Charm, and then I could be Partysaurus, a cleric of Dadassa.
Oh. Next time. Megan?
With my keen daggers, I am Stabosaurus.
Lovely. Perfect. Kim?
I'm Parappa the Raptor.
Outstanding. I love you guys so much. So this is how this game is going to work. I have my little list here as well. I have 3 sections that I rolled for. 2 of them lined up really well, and I was very excited about that. So I rolled what the conflict of the day is going to be. As you all take on this conflict, when you are taking actions that you could possibly fail, you'll roll 2d8 plus the appropriate stat for the action. On a 1 through 7, you fail. You do not accomplish your goal, and you take a point of extinction. So extinction is a track you have up top just under your stats. Once that track fills, we'll get to that. Because when you're rolling, on an 8 to 12, you will succeed at what you're trying to do, but you also still mark an extinction on your track. And on a 13 plus, you just fully succeed without extinction. But you are always trying to dodge the comet. This is a world where the comets are coming down everywhere at all times, no matter what part of the world you're in. So if at any point you roll lower than your current extinction, a comet obliterates you. Sure, you're dead, but you'll go down in history as a champion of Primordia. Are y'all ready to jump down into the kingdom?
Sorry,
Let's go.
premature. Yes.
No, I like it. Yeah, as soon as let me start the sentence again, and just don't even let me get a thought out.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah!
That's so rude.
Yes.
The 4 of you are together, of course, in a pub in the capital city, Primordia City, where the king and queen reign from the center of the vast forest. And as you're relaxing, you're off duty, but you're legends. You've got magic weapons, you've got magic items, you're all old school here. The door opens, and I think this is somebody that Paradoc would recognize and probably know well. This is another holy person, a cleric of Jurassa, a stega named Shining Blate, who walks in and gives a deep bow towards your table. I have dire news. I'm in need of your help. I've already sent out a few clerics, but they are not warriors. But they've confirmed the Thunder Lizard is back, an ancient lich. Once he ravaged the forest with his dire evil magic, and we thought we had put him down for good, but it is confirmed. He's wandering the woodlands and destroying small villages. You must seek out this lich and destroy him. Will you do this for the kingdom?
By Jurassa's hand, let us be off.
Paradoc, you truly are inspiring.
I suppose we should get going.
Fuck, that's the voice I was going to use.
Sorry, I'm a big old Brachiosaurus.
You're like, should have talked first.
If I may, many people sound alike in this kingdom. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's have this voice off.
He says as deep as he can.
Who can
He
get
says as
lower and
professional
dumber?
voice actor.
Let's hear it,
Try and
Stabosaurus.
step
Are
to
you
me.
in?
I give a thumbs up.
All right, now I need to roll something based on the problem that I rolled. I rolled a 3, going from my usual, the order that we say things around the table. This has never happened before. Stabosaurus, you have these keen daggers. and you've had them for a long time. You've used them over and over again for many, many stabbings, and they've certainly never done what they're about to do, which is yawn, and then emanating from both of them say, well, hey, guys, where are we going?
What the fuck?
What the hell was that?
Those didn't always talk, did they?
I think I keep my daggers on my Thagomizer, like, and whip it around to fight with it. And so I'm kind of like, you know, when a cat has something stuck to its tail and it's just going in a circle trying to get it. I'm just walking in a big circle in this pub trying to like get a look at him.
Whoa, we're getting dizzy. Whoa, guys.
I like smack my tail against the floor.
Oh, we are not made for stabbing floors.
What evil magic is this?
Hey, we take offense to that. We're not evil. We're just made from poison dragon scales.
I wonder if this has something to do with the magic guy in the woods. Like, does he bring things to life?
Oh, as far as I know, he brings things to death, but then back to life after they're dead.
Oh.
So maybe those were dead daggers.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe since they're made out of dragon scale, maybe it's dead.
They're made out of dead parts and thus have been brought back to life.
The daggers vibrate a little. You know, you could just ask us. We're right here.
I don't engage with unholy abominations.
I mean, okay, I get it. Poison dragons aren't all evil.
I didn't say anything about poison dragons. I'm talking about you freakish motherfuckers.
But we're made out of that.
I smack my tail against the floor again.
Ow! Shining Blade is just shaking his head in disbelief. I hope this doesn't stop you from going on the mission. This is really weird. It's like I feel like a 1 in 6 chance that this might have happened.
Shining Blade, I am over-inspired by your incredible name, and I will do anything you ask.
Then go. Destroy the Thunder Lizard. Free Primordial.
Away! I rush out the front doors of the pub.
Incredible.
Follow.
Yeah, I shrug and follow.
Yeah.
Swing my talking daggers.
And they're just kind of shouting. They're not used to being rigged up like this, like, you know, you use them like this, but this is the first time they seem to be awake while it's happening. So, like, as you're darting after your friends, you're just hearing this, just the whole way. Blate sticks his head out the door of the pub as you all go, west, go west. There's many, it's west, go west.
We
Good
turn
luck.
west. We turn around and walk the other
Go
direction.
the other direction.
Go out the other pub exit.
Past Shining Blade. And you make your way into the forests. You don't get particularly far before you smell smoke coming from ahead. It seems a little distant at the moment, but yeah, it's weird to smell that much smoke just rolling through the woodlands along the main thoroughfare here.
Is the smoke of a magical nature?
I think with your staff, you might be able to suss that out using magic to detect magic. So yeah, roll plus magic.
Okay. 10.
All right, you will mark an extinction, but there is a fell energy on the wind that seems to absorb into your staff as you're walking, turning the crystal colors that indicate, oh yes, this is some sort of deep, ancient, foul magic that has caused this fire.
Can we tell where it's coming from? Like, based on the direction the smoke is coming and how burned some things look compared to others, can we kind of suss out direction of a point of origin?
Yeah, give me a dino roll to like try to pinpoint the the focus of the most smoke, I think.
13.
Outstanding. Yeah, you don't have to mark an extinction. You get this. That you do know that there is a small town ahead that's just, not too far outside of the capital city. So not just that, obviously that would be down the path, but you're getting very specifically that the bulk of the fire seems to be wafting in on the wind from the north side of it. So whatever the main conflict is, walking straight into town is not going to take you to where this is coming from. You might have to go through the woods and out and around to the north side if you want quicker access to the action.
I kind of sniff the air and the smoke, and You see my head take it in from one direction and then another direction. And then I like nod and point going north through the woods
Okay.
and start moving that way.
Very well, but beware its magical influence.
All right. You heading up around on the north side here?
Yeah.
All right. As you're starting to get closer, you're definitely beginning to hear a bit of some kind of a battle. There's a bit of screaming, the sounds of some weapons trading blows. But you're getting up to see the smoke billowing up from inside this town. It has a small wall that covers most of the outskirts besides a couple of entrances. But on this north side, as you approach, much of one of the sections of wall is just burnt in and fallen in, and it seems like the flame is licking along the buildings just inside the perimeter wall. What do you want to do?
I want to use my chain whip to try and wrap around some of this wall and pull it down in case there's anyone trapped behind it and they can get out.
Absolutely. I think that's going to be a dino roll to just use your weapon and strength to pull that back.
12.
Outstanding. Mark an extinction, but you're able to pull that fallen piece back so that that flaming section of wall isn't quite engulfing the building as much, but you hear some cries of relief, and you see some people scrambling over that bottom section and out into the woods. Many different kinds of dinos that just, they're wearing commoner clothes. They seem to be farmers and such, and they're just yelling over their shoulder, "Thank you, thank you, thank you!"
Hey, what started the fire?
There is another brachio that actually slides to a halt and leans over. "I didn't see what started it, only what's inside. It's bones, skeletons of dinos. They look ancient and rotted. They crawled in over the broken section of wall, and they seem to be attacking everyone that are running out of the burning buildings.
Oh, that sounds like our guy.
Please, save them, because I'm too afraid to." And he runs off.
Yes, run away. We shall be the heroes this day needs.
I nod.
I'm obsessed with your commitment to not speaking.
So what are you going to do?
I want to hold my staff out in front of me, and I want to part the fire like the Red Sea, that we may pass safely.
I love it. Roll plus magic.
Will you tell me the dino tale of the Red Sea? Like what that story was like for us?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
But after
Later,
this,
yeah,
when we're
sure.
done.
Nice.
That's an 8.
That is a success. Mark your extinction. And the fire billows out to the sides. And now that you're close, you're seeing that it is just this like disgusting colored fire. It's just like these gross inky like greens and yellows. Like it just looks completely unnatural. Very subdued color, but is still burning hot enough to be a problem. Even as you all walk through the parted flame, it's singeing at your clothes, but you're able to walk in and over that broken piece and onto the main thoroughfare of this small town. Ahead, you see it. There are a few of these skeletons just lumbering back and forth, wielding like broken pieces of building, or one of them has like a broken bit of a wheel from a wagon, and they're just charging towards townspeople, wreaking havoc.
I want to start making my way quickly and quietly, like through buildings or past people, to try and see if I can get the drop on one of these skeletons.
Okay, roll plus dino here to go stealth mode and stay off of their radar.
9.
All right, mark an extinction, but you do so. You're able to get through to one of the open doors. It looks like some people had kicked a door like off its hinge just to be able to get out and escape. And you're looking out to the street as the skeleton of another raptor is walking by, just shambling and snapping its teeth towards some townspeople.
I want to pull out my massive sword and go after that raptor.
Okay, are you just going for full like strength, just trying to swing your sword and hit?
Yes.
All right, roll plus dino again.
Another 9.
All right, mark your extinction, but it is obliterated. It has no idea that you are there. You rend it down through the spine, breaking this thing in half, and it falls apart, and the bones stop moving.
I want to use my bracers of disguise to make myself look like I'm made of bones.
Oh,
Nice.
amazing. Roll plus magic.
12.
All right, market extinction. But are you keeping your same dino form, just the skeleton form of it?
Yeah.
Sure, you shamble down the road in this new skeletal form as the magic washes over you. And there was the skeleton of an Archaeopteryx running around too, chasing after some kids. And it looks over and like gives you kind of a, not exactly a greeting nod, but just all right, let's form up kind of nod, and gets alongside you, making its way like wherever you're going.
So now that it's super close, I'm going to hit it with my big tail.
All right. I think you've tricked it. I think you just obliterate this thing because it is not expecting this, has no way to defend itself. So it's just crushed in the street, bone dust. It looks like there's at least 2 more of these that are darting in and out of buildings ahead.
I want to pick one of these skeletons and just run full strength ahead and use my breastplate of incredible strength to just barrel through it.
Okay. I think using the breastplate, that's going to be plus magic.
13.
All right. Full success there. You obliterate this next one. This was another stega, and you just crush it, trampling it down, and it bursts apart. It seems like there is a final skeleton that's bearing down on what seems to be the town's only real guard, if you can even call it that, really just the only combatant. They've got a parasaur with just a pitchfork that's trying to brave this battle to give people a chance, but the skeleton is pressing forward.
Thought you were saying, if you can even call it that, like because it did a bad job of guarding this town.
That too.
I point my magic staff at that guard, and I say, "You shan't meet your end today, brother." And I want to enchant fucking cranial crest to be like a razor-sharp blade.
Hell yeah. Let's see plus magic on that.
No, 6.
Oh,
no, wait. 8. I didn't add my staff.
Oh, thank God. All right, well, mark an extinction, but you charge with this glowing holy crest and crush the last skeleton. The man that was trying to defend just kneels down, and he's exhausted, panting. Thank you. How did you do that?
Magic, the power of Jurasa.
Oh, I should maybe say thank you or something, but right now I'm gonna maybe pass out a little bit.
You go get to safety and then do a prayer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Pay me a tithe right now.
What will you do now?
We will find the source of this scourge and we will destroy it.
Oh, I saw it myself. It was horrible. No one can stand against that.
Where was it?
Oh, it kept heading west. It had this billowing black cloak that was all tattered and broken, and I could see bones underneath like these ones. Except I don't know how to describe it, but it had a hood up, but it was all like weirdly lumpy underneath. I couldn't see what was going on with that, but it freaked me out a little bit.
Oh, like too many heads or something.
Yeah, like too many heads maybe.
Or maybe he's like I don't know dinosaur names. What's the one with the lumpy head?
Pachycephalosaur?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay.
Me? Aren't I the long neck one?
Aren't you the lore master?
This is player bleeding into character.
I mean, yeah, you got kind of a lumpy head too, but I know what you meant, dog. All right. Well, good luck. And he gets up and sprints away.
You got a long neck, but you've got the bump on your head.
Oh, because I keep hitting it on door frames.
Yeah.
That too. That's why there's multiple bumps.
All right. Heading west out of town?
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. There are many people rushing forward, lavishing you with praise and thanks. You can hear the daggers constantly just like, thanks, everybody. Thanks. We did real good. We did real good. Hi. I'd shake your hand, but I don't have any, and it'd cut you, and you'd be poisoned.
I'm just doing one of those like princess waves as we go out of town, just back and forth, waving to the people.
Amazing. They usher you out, and then you're back on the main thoroughfare. You know from here that this is the side of the forest that's closest to the borders before it starts getting into the wastelands. That the only thing past here is a guard tower that faces out to the wastelands. So whatever this thing's intentions were, it seems like hitting those guard towers along the border seems to be the next target, or at least the only real option in this direction. What's your approach as you move forward?
I lift up my magic staff, and I slam it into the ground, and I teleport all of us directly to that guard tower.
Hell yeah! Roll
Nice.
plus magic.
9.
All right, mark your extinction.
I'll get a full success one day.
Were you hoping to be like inside the guard tower, like out at the kind of gate around it? What's your plan here?
Inside at the top of the guard tower.
All right. You all appear there in a flash of holy light, and you hear a couple of grunted panic sounds, and you realize that you're in the middle of a crowd, that like there's just a couple of dozen people at the top of this not very particularly large tower, and the pressure of you guys suddenly being there in the middle has pushed a couple of people like almost off the side, and the other folks, you see that they are guards. They're wearing the colors of Primordia. They are scrambling to grab a hold of their other soldiers that are toppling from this offset.
What you guys doing up here?
Look! And they point out, and surrounding the tower are dozens, maybe hundreds of undead Primordisaurs.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Do you know where the guy is who's doing this? Like big black cloak, lumpy head?
One guy, like, you hear his voice pipe up, but it seems odd, like you can't tell where it's coming from, and you realize that one of the stegos is holding on to an Archaeopteryx, just holding his hand off the side, and that's who's talking. Yeah, I saw him in the woods. He's just inside the tree line. I can see his dark cloak. Someone help me up, please, oh God.
Can we see him from here?
Give me a dino roll.
11.
Yes, mark your extinction, but you do see just the faintest wisps of this dark, rotten fabric like fluttering in the shadows of these large trees. It takes a second to catch it, but you're pretty sure you've got a bead on him.
I point at it.
I point my staff at it and say,
You shan't be escaping our gaze again, fiend.
and I want to do like fairy fire on it. Like I want to highlight it with magic so that we can see it better.
Ooh, roll plus magic.
10.
All right, mark your extinction. But the woods light up, and you see the full glory of the thunder lizard. It is a massive form, taller even than Thesaurus. The hood is back, and these rotted robes are just barely concealing the skeletal form underneath. And there are indeed 5 skulls that are splitting out of this thing's neck. A long brachio neck, much kind of squatter neck of a stego, and the rest just jutting at odd angles, kind of slamming into each other. And you hear this evil laugh echo over the grounds between you, and it seems to emanate from all 5 skulls.
Fuck that.
I activate my helm of invisibility.
Roll plus magic.
9.
All right. Mark your extinction.
I'm still clearly taking up space in this crowd. Like I'm fully tangible.
People are trying to move into that space.
Yeah. And one of the guards looks to you. It looks like he's not quite the captain. Like you don't see anyone marked as a captain here, but this certainly isn't all of the people that should be manning this tower. So they're either down in the tower below or just dead at this point. But like the next ranking up is trying to shoulder his way through. What should we do? What should we do?
I guess stay and protect these people. Everybody, not everybody, there's too many of you, but everybody who knows me, climb on.
Who knows me?
I'll climb on.
Yeah.
Same.
I will use my chain whip to snatch a tree and swing us down to this guy.
Okay.
I love
these
this.
these guys though, before you swing down first.
No, goodbye. You
Like
probably got information.
I do not want to hear what you have to say.
I don't have time for lore right now.
No, they're shouting out. They're like, just stay here. But what? They're gonna set it on fire or something and die. We want to help.
Oh, well then, yeah, come on down and fight.
Give me an appeal roll just to have them on board with whatever it is that you're going to be doing.
12.
All right, mark your extinction. But they're just like, all right, and like for the first time, they have heroes here. They're watching. They're excited. So they get a little less shaky and they start taking formation. A few of them up top, a few scaling down the sides. It looks like they're a little more motivated to help.
Yeah, don't stay in the building. It's very flammable.
Now go ahead and give me your dino roll to swing down.
3.
3. Mark your extinction. I think you have woefully misjudged how far this gap is. Like, there's a pretty good amount of just open space between the tower and the forest. So you lash out, like, ready to just do the jump immediately, but you've already started jumping before the chain whip hits anything,
Yeah.
and it just misses its mark. And so all of you just crash down into the middle of the swarming undead.
No.
And they are pressing forward, biting, snapping, swinging makeshift weapons.
Hey, I'm one of you.
I look at Thesaurus and I just shake my head back and forth, disappointed.
My eyes aren't positioned right for that kind of depth perception.
And it does seem like few of them are coming after Thesaurus.
Whoa, pals. Sorry to drop in like this. And I want to...
Oh, I need to come up with some sort of like luck or bonus mechanic for lines like that. Well done.
I want to activate my ring of charm and see if I can get the skeletons immediately around us not to attack.
Okay, yeah, roll plus magic.
Okay. Oh my god. 9.
All right, mark your extinction. But yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of them that were immediately around you that just kind of nod like, yeah, like they just have that vibe of, oh no, it's cool.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but that swing from the tower, that was pretty dope though, right?
They nod.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are just like, yeah, give you a thumbs up and just turn away from you to press their attack on the tower.
Sweet.
Can we see the thunder lizard still?
Oh yeah, he's well lit by that holy light.
Great. I want to whip my Thagomizer at him and send one of the daggers to pin the cloak to the ground.
Oh, that's so good. Give me a dino roll.
12.
Mark an extinction, but you whip your tail about, freeing one of the daggers, and it's just screaming, "This is awesome! This is so awesome!" as it flips through the air, digs into the robes, and pins the thunder lizard in place. And many of these skeletons are still filling the gap, though not nearly as many. They're pressing towards you, but a nice little half dozen have just bypassed you.
So the tower that they're all in is made of wood?
Yep.
Okay, I want to point my staff at it and transmute it into stone.
Hell yeah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, give me magic.
10.
10. Mark that extinction. And it turns into stone just as one of the skeletons started to lob a torch at the walls, and it just hits the wall and clinks down the side, and there's just kind of an "aw" from the crowd.
I want to crack my whip in the direction of the thunder lizard, and as it like hits its apex and snaps, I'm gonna release some of the trapped souls of the damned at him, because they were damned because he took over their dead bodies the last time he was out.
Oh, so these are revenge souls.
Yeah.
Lore master.
Roll plus magic.
Lore master.
Yeah, he's making the lore.
He
He's
knows
master in
he
the
knows
lore.
the lore.
8.
All right, mark your extinction. But these souls dart through the air and start shredding into the thunder lizard, ripping asunder many of its ribs and chunks of bone, and shredding that tattered cloak a bit.
Hell yeah, Ghost Rider that motherfucker.
Yes, my brethren, reclaim your old bodies.
You hear it's kind of muffled because the blade is lodged in the dirt, but you hear a, "That was awesome! That was awesome, dude!" A few more of these skeletons are finally pressing in to push their attack on you all here on the ground. What you want to do?
I want to stab.
You want to stab, huh?
Stabosaurus wants to stab.
It's all in the name.
All right. Roll plus Dino to obliterate some of these.
9.
All right, mark your extinction, but you tear a swath through this encroaching crowd. You know, you're really finding out that these things are fairly weak. It seems like it's their numbers that are their greatest strength. So you at least now have a little bit of an avenue if you want to try to get out of the pressing crowd. But yeah, it won't be long before they close that gap up.
I want to pull a wombo combo here.
Okay.
I'm going to take off my helm of invisibility and jam it onto Parappa's head.
Yes.
And then I want to cast flight on them.
Oh, yeah, I think it's easy enough. You have a calm moment here to make the switcheroo with the magic item, so roll just plus magic for flight.
14 at
Hell
last.
yeah.
Nice.
Whee!
And yeah, Parappa, you just start floating up in the air with your massive sword in hand.
Fantastic. I want to fly over to where the thunder lizard is
All right.
and drop down upon its many heads
All right.
with this massive sword.
I'm going to give you a +2 here for your raptor move because he did not see this coming.
How could he? He literally could not see it.
And can I shout out to Parappa? I would like to use my wisdom in this moment, my special thing for my dino. Which was his original head?
That is a fantastic question. I think this gives you the solid answer of like, here's how we put him down for good. That you realize, I don't think any of these are his original head that you can see. So you would know that, like, you know, any lich, you know, they have to like keep pieces of themselves hidden. So what you know to be true here is you have to cut off each of the heads individually and then destroy his rib cage where his true skull is being encased.
He's hiding his real head in his rib cage. You gotta cut off the heads and then crack the rib cage and then that head. So he's got 6 of them.
Okay, perfect.
All right, you taking your swing?
I am.
Well, let's see a dino roll.
14.
Hell yeah. You take a swing with a full success. You get 2 heads lopped off as you dart through the air and take your swing. The biggest target, the brachio, like neck severs at the base, and it also loses its raptor head. Those skulls fall to the ground and go still.
Fantastic. When I hit the ground, I want to, still invisible, just like scamper into the woods so that the thunder lizard loses track of me.
Okay, I think give me another dino roll, just because now it has kind of an idea where you are, but not quite.
Oh no, a 4.
A 4, mark your extinction. And I think you take this extinction because you're starting to dart through and you just didn't realize how like grassy this area is just inside the tree line. So even invisible, you're darting through. It seems to track your movement and just boot you, just kick you in the side, and you go tumbling back out into the clearing.
The one time being in the tall grass didn't benefit the raptor.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
That knee-level grass is just, that's the worst for raptors. You can see that now the thunder lizard has turned his attention to try to rip his cloak free of the dagger. He's trying something! I'm coming loose! Help!
Is he handling the dagger or is he just ripping at his cloak?
He's just ripping at his cloak. It looks like it's going to tear pretty quickly.
I want to point my staff and transmute the cloak.
Roll plus magic.
Perfect.
14.
What does it transmute into?
Steel.
It transmutes to steel, and especially with the holy light you've put over this area, it's really like doing this disco thing, just shining light out everywhere. And the thunder lizard just screams in fury as it's sort of locked in place, and you start to hear snapping as its only course now is to try to break its own bones and slink out of this thing.
I want to use my chain whip and try and wrap around one of these heads and pull it free.
Hell yeah. Let's see a dino roll.
8.
8. You get one of those heads ripped clean off. It has left an Archaeopteryx, Parasaur, and Stego. Which one do you want to go?
Parasaur.
All right. That cranial crest goes plinking down to the ground. What's Stabby doing at this point?
As it's pinned in place here, I'm going to bull rush it, but I'm going to roll. So my plates and my breastplate are heading from every direction, just knocking its legs out from under it.
Hell yeah. Roll plus dino.
12.
12. Mark your extinction, but you start rolling through, crashing towards it, and you also hear from your tail that from the other dagger still there, just and you crash into the the now kind of locked in place, covered in steel cloak form that crushes a bit. That you knock off one of the heads. Which one do you want, the Archaeopteryx or the Stego head?
Let's do the Archaeopteryx.
All right. I think you just crush it from rolling the way that you are. It just dusts. But you hit pretty hard too, just slamming into it, and are stunned there for a moment. Where's Parappa gone by now?
I want to run back towards the Thunder Lizard. I want to call upon the bones of the druid that makes my sword and see if I can make one of these trees fall on the remaining head.
Roll plus magic. That's outstanding.
I don't do that. That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's below my extinction.
That's below your extinction?
Yep.
You all see this parting grass again as Parappa starts to slink up and invoke the spirit of the druid of this massive sword. And I think you see in the sunlight through the trees, Parappa's form starts to appear again through the magic of the invisible helm. And then there's a deafening sound.
And Stabosaurus jumps in front of them at the last second.
Oh, shit!
And the comet bounces off my plates.
Oh, this comet... most of it had burnt up in the atmosphere. It wasn't too bad. So it's, it was pretty small, but it hits you full force in the side, knocking you about. You take 2 extinction.
Can it have bounced off my plates and hit the head?
Please.
Yeah, I'm going to say roll a dino on that to deflect/direct it the way you want.
That's fair. 15.
Hell yeah. And it destroys that last skull, which dusts, leaving Parappa just standing there panting heavily at the thought of that comet just barely missing. And then you hear another irritated shriek and a rending sound as, the open steel cloak at the chest, the ribs just break and snap. And a tyranno skull bursts out, floats up in the air, looks about at you all, and turns and starts to float away quickly into the woods.
I want to wrap it up with my chain whip.
Roll plus dino.
4.
It would seem that there's a little bit of a concentrated strike of comets.
Is that also below your extinction?
It is.
Oh my god.
As a second one blurs through the air, just as Thesaurus is whipping his chain around to entangle the Thunder Lizard's skull, and just before it can crack around and grab it, there's another explosion, an upheaval of Earth, and Thesaurus is simply not there.
No!
And you see another light join the mob of damned souls.
Goes into the whip.
Yep. The whip just bounces down at your all's feet with an oh.
Oh, dang.
I want to try to whip my last dagger at the skull. I mean, they're made of a dragon's poisonous scales. I don't know what poison does to a skeleton, but it's magic, so hoping that will ground it or slow it down or something.
All right. Yeah, roll plus dino.
10.
10. Mark your extinction, but the dagger flies true with a triumphant shriek. It's going, fuck yeah, boy, as it crushes through the skull, obliterating it, sending it into bone dust that cascades into the forest. The rest of the skeletons swarming the tower shudder for a moment and topple. The guards cheer. And you all, well, 3 of you anyway, get to stand victorious, having finally defeated the Thunder Lizard.
Hey! Tass, remind us, where can we find this game and other games made by the handsome Tasselhoff Allgood?
Well, I don't have a website for the handsome one, but this one you can get at Tass Allgood. That's TASSALLGOOD.itch.io.
All right, we will see you next week. I think next week is going to be Megan with longtime listener, last time caller.
Nice.
The Crit Show is a Crit Show Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritShow.